Ladies and gentlemen, class of 2024 and all guests, please stand for the presentation of the colors presented by the Southeast Iowa Regional Fire Honor Guard and remain standing for our national anthem performed by Vox.
Prepare to post colors. Ready. Post. Lead cover. Present. Hold. Hold. Ready. Two.
You may be seated.
Ready. Face. Forward. March.
Thank you, Mr. Ryder and Vox, for that anthem. And now, the Fairfield High School Choir will perform a special tribute to the graduating class of 2024.
I used to the world, tears would rise when I carried the word. Now in the morning I sleep alone, through the streets I used to own. I need another story, need something to get off my chest. My life is kind of boring, need something that I can confess. My dreams lost in red, from all the truth that I said, from all it honestly, I swear. Thought you saw me wink, no, I've been on the brink, so if you want to hear something that was like those years, I'm sick of all the insincere, so I'm gonna give all my secrets away.
This time, don't need another perfect eye. Don't care if critics ever jump in by. I'm gonna give all my secrets away. I hope when you take that jump, you don't feel the fall. Hope when the water rises, you build a wall.
Hope when the current streams down,
So many places, the things that I did, though it's ever broken bone, I swear I live. I hear Jerusalem bells are ringing, Romans over the clouds are singing. People build a form of freedom, the missionaries from the foreign field. For some reason I can't explain, I know St. Peter won't call my name, never on this world. And that was when I ruled the world.
Thank you, Fairfield High School Choir and Mr. Ryder, for that beautiful tribute. Welcome to the Fairfield High School Commencement Ceremony honoring the class of 2024. I'm Adi Pomvisai, and I've had the great privilege of being your principal. We are here today to celebrate and honor our graduates. However, I want to acknowledge those who helped them reach this important milestone. If you are a parent or a guardian of a graduating senior, please stand and be recognized. Graduates, please stand and face the audience and applaud your parents, guardians, and those who supported you to get to this significant achievement. And now, if you are a Fairfield Community School District staff member, whether you are a preschool to high school teacher, support staff, secretary, associate, administrator, bus driver, custodial, or food service personnel, please stand. Let's give them a huge applause for all they have done for these graduating seniors and our students daily. Graduates, you may be seated. At this time, I'd like to recognize Dr. Stephanie Mishler, Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Mark Thornton, Board of Directors, Mr. Ty Ward, President of the Board, Megan Dowd Robbins, and Christy Kessel. I welcome now to the podium School Board President, Mr. Ty Ward, to offer share a welcome and a words of congratulations.
I'm a little taller than a D. Good afternoon, graduates, faculty, families, and distinguished guests. As a representative of the Fairfield Community School District Board of Directors, it's my honor to welcome you to the Class of 2024 commencement ceremony. Now, before we dive in, I've got a confession to make. I'm not very good at public speaking. I thought long and hard about what to say today and finally decided to get a little help from our friendly neighborhood ChatGPT. Unlike you students, I'm not worried about flunking this assignment if any of the teachers find out. So if any of this sounds too polished, oddly specific, or actually funny, you can thank our digital friend for that. I asked ChatGPT for a speech that was inspirational, part humorous, and this is what it came up with. So let's see how this goes. I am honored to stand here before you today, mostly because it means I get to speak before Mr. Pomfazai, who we all know brings his own time zone when he starts talking. I don't know exactly what bring your own time zone means. It's one of those phrases that sounds human, but it's not quite. But I had to leave it in there for anyone who knows Adi and his gift of gab. It's a good AI joke. First and foremost, a huge thank you to the parents and guardians. Your early morning motivational speeches were more effective than any espresso shot. Your relentless support has been the real wake-up call we needed to get here today. And to the teachers, thank you for your endless patience, especially for reading those essays that were sometimes more mysterious than the plot twists in a Game of Thrones episode. All right, I guess Game of Thrones is pretty topical for AI speechwriters. And it's also obvious that it didn't fully understand that I'm not a student giving the speech. It kind of goes in and out of that. Now to the stars of today, the class of 2024. As you step into the future, remember that you are all like a bunch of smartphones, about half charged, occasionally needing a reboot, and always in search of the next great application. Just remember to avoid the dreaded low battery mode in life, and if you do hit it, find a quick recharge, be it in college, trade schools, work, or travel. So I went through several prompts for this speech, and every iteration had the same kind of few jokes, including the smartphone one. And I don't know, there's just something a little bit odd about and uncomfortable about a human making a machine write about how humans are like machines. It's a weird simile. Also, I feel bad for anyone else speaking later if they use ChatGPT for their speech and I'm giving away the formula here. I apologize. In closing, congratulations to the class of 2024. These graduating seniors have been through a lot in their 4 short years at FHS. ChatGPT may not fully grasp the emotional depth of that, but we all do. They came together as a community, grew as individuals, and today we stand united under the banner of One Fairfield. So thank you all. Thank you, ChatGPT, and here's to the remarkable journey ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ward. At this time, I'd like to introduce our first class speaker. The class of 2024 selects an exceptional candidate amongst their peers who would best represent them as a class and who has distinguished themselves by demonstrating the Fairfield High School portrait of a Trojan, someone who exemplifies the exceptional traits of being a critical thinker and a collaborator who demonstrates emotional intelligence and has strong communication skills. This year's honorees commencement speakers are Ethan Shaw and Carly Seeley. Ethan, please come up. Ethan Shaw, son of Kang Shaw and Soon Chantalaban, is proud of his Lao Taiwanese American heritage. Ethan's high school journey is indicative of a portrait of a Trojan who stepped out of his comfort zone his junior year to graduating as one of the top graduates of his class. Since then, he's participated in concert choir, Vox, large group and individual speech, band, and musical. His favorite high school memory was the final band and choir concert. Ethan is a member of the National Honor Society, and he's also the recipient of a number of scholarships, including, but not limited to, the University of Iowa Merit Scholarship, the Vic Rail Memorial Scholarship, John Jackson Music Scholarship, and the Frank Ireland Memorial Scholarship. His future plan is to pursue a computer science degree with a minor in music at the University of Iowa, combining his passion for music and computer science to create video games and their accompanying music. Ethan would like to thank his parents for pushing him to achieve a 4.0 and Mr. Ryder for giving him a chance in Vox and urging him to take on leadership roles. Ethan Shaw.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Pomfasai, and everyone attending, friends, faculty, family, and fellow graduates. Good afternoon, and congratulations to the FHS class graduate class of 2024. It's an honor to celebrate this incredible milestone with all of you as your senior speakers. If you don't know me, I'm Ethan Shaw. That's right, that's how you pronounce Shaw. One of my great friends, Evie Messer, who, after getting her wisdom teeth removed, once described me as a class clown who says controversial things for attention. I'm not sure I can disagree with that. So we stand before you all, looking back on 4 years of legacy we've all made together. Take a moment and think about how far you've come in the last 4 years. It was a rough start for all of us, just coming back from the 2-week break that ended up turning into a months-long, toilet paper-deprived, fear-monger pandemic. Sophomore year was also a disaster, but not just for us, but for the entire town. I think it's safe to say our junior and senior years were relatively normal. For those of you who aren't about to graduate, I have some advice for you. Some things I wish I knew. Be bold. Don't be afraid of things you like, and don't be afraid to try new things for that matter. This is the time to make new friends and connections. Make these years yours, because when it's time for you to say goodbye, you can leave without regrets. Steve Jobs once said, "Your time is limited, so don't waste it on living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. And don't let the noise of others' opinions drown you down or your own inner voice." And that there is something I really wish I followed. I want to take a moment and talk about my high school experience. In my freshman and sophomore years, I was relatively shy and quiet. I kept to myself and let the world grow and change around me while I did my own thing. How I wish I can go back in time and redo it again. I wish I was more involved in school. I wish I had more of a presence back then. I can only think about how sad it must have been for me, only indulging in my self-interest and not being a part of something bigger than myself. All it took was a little encouragement from someone I can call one of my best friends, Carlos Asensio Solis. And he told me that I should join the choir. And I know most of you are thinking about how lame choir is, and it's such a weird choice for someone who's so shy. But stick with me now. It was one of the most positive experiences I could have ever had in high school. One of the first times I was told I was good at something in my life, when I was doing a vocal range test with Mr. Ryder, the director of the choir, and he told me that I was a good singer. Something clicked that moment, and I'm not going to lie, it did go to my head. Because then and there, I knew I didn't want to just be good at it. I want to be the best. So I pushed myself in something other than having just good grades, and I joined a choir group called Pop Acapella, which I believe if I didn't do that, then I wouldn't be where I am today. My senior year, I was accepted into Vox, and then I blossomed as a person. I took on leadership roles. I tried out for things I wouldn't even thought about doing in my early years of high school, and I joined bands again. But this time, I actually enjoyed it, and I fell in love with playing sax. I tried group improv, which, by the way, is already hard, but then I wanted to do solo improv, which didn't go as well, but you can't be good at everything, I guess. I tried out for a musical, which, by the way, was a very tasking experience for me, but it ended up going well. I went from a little sapling of a person to a tall blossoming tree, with the sky as the limit to my ambition, but not physically, of course. I think I'm cursed to be this short for life. My point is that it took for me to grow was just a little step outside my comfort zone and a little encouragement from a familiar face. Today, I am that familiar face, here to tell you that whatever you may be going into, you are going to do great. Take that and run. Go forth and dream big, because all of us are about to take one huge leap into the dark, whether it's going to college, a trade school, taking a year to figure out things, or even going straight into the workforce. Every single one of our graduating class today is about to experience something that they've probably never done before. We all are nervous, but we're all strong people. We made it 4 years past one of the most challenging moments of our lives, and we're about to do it again. A wise man once said, "Yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, and today is a gift." That's why it's called the present. And that man was Master Oogway from the animated series Kung Fu Panda. And his words ring true, especially today. We gathered here today to remember our history as Trojans, to look off into the future, and to celebrate the present. Today is not the day to say, "I wanted to achieve this, I wish I did this." No, today is the day we reflect on our numerous mistakes and victories, and we learn and grow. One of the greatest beauties of life is the fact that we can shape our future. You can only hold yourself accountable to make your life great. To conclude, I wanted to remind everyone that we all have the courage to grow and achieve great things. As we leave this chapter of our lives and move on to the next, let's remember to take chances, step out of our comfort zones, and pursue our passions. Let's make the most of our time, cherish the memories we've made together, and look forward to the bright future that awaits us. Congratulations again to the FHA's class of 2024.
Carly Seeley. Carly Seeley, daughter of Troy and Jody Seeley. During her time at FHS, she's been involved in the Student Council, National Honor Society, cross country, track, Future Business Leaders of America, Wrestling Manager, and the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Carly has received the following awards during her high school career. She was the Fairfield High School Student of the Year in 21, the Fairfield Young Citizen of the Year in 22, the Iowa Bar Citizenship Award. She's an Iowa Girls Athletic Wayne Cooley awardee, a three-time cross-country top all-conference, and she was the state qualifier 2 times in 21 and 24, and 5-time FBLA State Leadership Conference placing projects. Carly Seeley.
Thank you, Ethan, for that wonderful speech. Now, growing up, I was asked frequently to stop talking. And it was mentioned at parent-teacher conferences that I really enjoyed having class discussions. Luckily, today, that skill comes in handy. As we all prepare to walk across the stage in just a few moments, ending this chapter of our lives, please take a minute to appreciate how far you've already come, the friends you've made, and the memories you will cherish for life. The question lingering above us now is what comes next? Until this point, we have had guidance on what to do and schedules laid out telling us where to be. As we begin our journey of chasing our dreams, we also find a new form of independence as young adults. This is a daunting task to many, myself included, because of the underlying pressure to be successful. I ask you today how success can really be defined if every individual has a different meaning of being successful. My personal definition of being successful is being content with what you have achieved, inspired by what you're working towards, and happy with where you're at. Through the process of finding our way in the world and hoping for achievements, keep in mind the words of Theodore Roosevelt's Man in the Arena. In this quote, Roosevelt makes the riveting point that the person who is willing to endure all to accomplish their goals is the true champion. This excerpt states, "There is no effort without error and shortcomings." Disappointments, mistakes, and loss should be expected along the way. It is how you continue after that that will show your true character. And although it may be difficult, you must reevaluate your why, your purpose, and find courage. Like the lion at the end of The Wizard of Oz, continue to move forward when the outcome is uncertain, risk comfort, and take advantage of every opportunity by having courage. And I believe the class of 2024 is already a prime example of that. What's next is a question that should also fill you with excitement and bliss. It applies that what is currently going on will soon be different, and circumstances will alter. Change is what gives us the experience of a first and a last, both of which can make a good story in the end. Today, I can say with a smile on my face that my first high school cross-country meet had a real feel of 110 degrees, whereas my last cross-country meet had a real feel of 22 degrees with a 25-mile-per-hour wind. And now change should be exciting because experiencing change, like graduation, shows we're growing up. And for many people in the stands today, I'm sure that raising these individuals was a goal. Continuing on, there have been many people quoted on the topic of change, saying you should not be sad that it's over, but happy that it happened. High school is just one small piece of what we will become. As we all take our own paths in the near future, each encounter will continue to add to our personal growth and develop our character. As you continue developing your character, know that character is the one thing that stays with you for life. So, evolve it into something you like. Now, as we evolve into our true adult selves, there have been many punchlines made that when you evolve into your true adult self, you become your parents. And although there may be some things that are less than favorable, like their dad jokes or always needing coffee, mine have also taught me to laugh at myself and enjoy the moment. And if I have half the kind heart my mom has or my dad's work ethic, I will gladly say that I have turned into versions of them. Now, each of you has personal attributes that make your character unique and admirable. And as Richard Gilmore states, a kind heart and great character will always win the day. So, fellow graduates, families, and friends, as we continue our next steps in life, I hope that through the many big decisions, unfortunate challenges, and exciting opportunities, all of you can find success and enjoy every adventure along the way. Thank you.
I now have the great privilege of acknowledging distinguished academic scholars, Career Academy graduates, and other special recognitions. First, wearing blue and gold cords signifies National Honor Society members. Silver cords represent students giving 60 or more hours of community service, and maroon and gold cords note graduates who have completed a career academy with Indian Hills Community College. Red cords signify those who have given the gift of life as gallon blood donors. Will these honored graduates stand and be recognized? Thank you. Academic honors, you may be seated. Academic honors are based on the previous 3 years. These graduates represent the most distinguished of their peers. Graduates, stand as your names are read. Please hold your applause until all graduates are recognized in each category. Students graduating with honors in the following order from 3.69 to 3.5. Bodie Garrett Hoskins, son of Brett and Mindy Hoskins. Madeline K. Jones, daughter of Matt and Angela Jones. Juliana Miles Fritz, daughter of Robert Fritz and Kelly King. Gabrielle Sophia Marie Beltramea, daughter of Stephen and Cora Beltramea. Torrance Lillianne Haynes, daughter of Billy Haynes and Hannah Haynes Metcalf. Chloe Rain Freskin, daughter of Richard and Kathy Freskin. Zoe Hamilton Suarez, daughter of Andy and Elise Suarez. Lucy Addison Keel, daughter of Doug and Roxy Keel. Jackson Romaine Allen, son of Mel Jr. and Joan Allen. Please give them a hand. Now, students graduating with high honors. You may be seated. Students graduating with high honors from 3.89 to 3.7 GPA. Melina Brooke Bloomquist, daughter of Todd and Angela Bloomquist. Nathaniel Robert Conzel, son of Paul and Amanda Conzel. Haley Jane Ryan, daughter of Rodney and Taryn Ryan. Cooper Michael Polonsky, son of Jason and Christy Polonsky. Genevieve Delea Messer, daughter of Justin and Ann Messer. Noah Orion Mizell, son of Joseph Mizell and Miranda Kelly. Emmanuel Michael Fitwi, son of Aramis Fitwi and Tierney Crosswhite. Aspen Elizabeth Carlson, daughter of Denver and Aaron Carlson. Caitlin Dawn Griner, daughter of Brent and Amy Griner. Marcus Spencer Trent, son of James and Lisa Trent. Carson Michael Ruby, son of Jeff and Keely Ruby. Willow Ann Larson, daughter of Corey and Jen Larson. Congratulations. Students who are now graduating with the highest honors from 3.99 to 3.9 GPA. Richard Brock Curtis, son of Richard and Danielle Curtis. Maya Rose Lane, daughter of Michael and Jill Lane. Sharia Malik, daughter of Dilip Malik and Ramita Khan. Bennett Charles Boatwright, son of Cole and Katie Boatwright. Carly McKay Seeley, daughter of Troy and Jody Seeley. Connor Stephen Hawkins, son of Gordon and Stephanie Hawkins. Nguyen Chow Ang Dong, daughter of Pam Bao Tram and Mao Min Kwan Dong. Exceptional graduates, please give them a hand. And now for the most distinguished graduates with an excellence of a 4.0 GPA. Caden James Allison, son of Josh and Carissa Allison. Alan David Creer, son of Alan and Debbie Creer. Ethan Johnny Shaw, son of Khan Shaw and Sun Shalatavan. Brianna Lynn Steele, daughter of Jason and Carrie Steele. Please give them a hand. Congratulations. Fairfield High School class of 2024. Congratulations for being here at this moment in your life. Your hard work, perseverance, and determination have brought you here thus far. Thus far. This is an important point I want to make. You are here thus far. The focus of my message to you today is while graduation is a milestone in your life, it's more of a commencement, the beginning of a new journey, a mission of opportunities in your ongoing life journey. First, in this commencement journey, continue to believe in yourself and all that you are. Know that there is something inside you that is greater than any challenge, obstacle, or setback. As we reflect back on your journey thus far, the belief in yourself and others who believed in you has provided much success and accomplishments. Amongst the graduating class of 2024, there are scholars, artists, musicians, actors and actresses, and student athletes who have accomplished so much in honor of themselves, their teams, our school, and their families. I did my best to research and solicit information. Invariably, we'll miss something, so I ask for your grace. Here are some of the many examples of the class of 2024 believing in themselves and others believing in them. There are 3 all-state speech groups or all-state individuals in group improv, interpretive reading poetry, ensemble acting, state 1s for group musical theater and solo musical theater. Then there are 8 all-state speeches, 1 rating in group musical theater, review, improv, and group improv. A special acknowledgement of a longtime English teacher and speech coach, Fred Huckey, upon his retirement. This year's speech team has honored Mr. Huckey and their team by continuing the success of Fairfield High School speech. And by the way, many of these actors and actresses were superstars in a wonderful performance of the spring musical, Mean Girls. In volleyball, there are 2 first-team all-conference, 2 honorable mentions, and 5 academic all-conference. One of your graduates is the new Fairfield High School volleyball school record holder in all-time assists. In football, we have 2 first-team all-district, 1 second-team all-district, 2 honorable mentions, and 5 all-academic. Cross-country, we had a state qualifier and 5 all-academic conference winners. Our senior vocalists and instrumentalists also shine with the most recent Choirs Iowa High School State Musical Association Large Group Festival, with the band and women's choir and Vox all earned Division I rating, which is the highest rating, and our men's choir earned a Division II rating. The esports team continues their success and made the playoffs in Smash and Rocket League this year, and Rocket League was the state runner-up this year. We have amongst us a class member of the champion state Choils team and National Soils team qualifier, National FFA scholarship recipient, and Jefferson County Fair Queen and Iowa State Fair Queen candidate. There are also 2 Iowa FFA degree recipients. Senior art students made a huge contribution to the public art displays throughout the community. In softball, we have four four-year starter who has a second-team all-conference last year. In wrestling, we had an Iowa High School boys wrestling state qualifier. Girls basketball, a first-team all-conference and an honorable mention. Boys basketball, 1 honorable mention and 4 academic all-conference. And the boys this year in golf finished second place in the Southeast Conference. 6 track and field athletes recently qualified for the state competition. In FBLA, we had 4 state presenters with first place in sales and presentation and a runner-up in sports and entertainment. Then one of the coolest achievements is that for 5 consecutive years, our AP Calculus class with Mrs. Higgins beat our rivals, Mount Pleasant, in a friendly calculus challenge competition. There are numerous academic awards. 37 students garnered $300,000 in local scholarships. The combined class has earned 606 college credit hours, saving themselves and their families approximately $118,000. 20 graduated from Indian Hills Community College, Business, Health, and Welding Academy. The class of 2024 contributed 3,418 hours of community service. In closing, I'd like to share an amazing story about having faith, being resilient, never giving up, and striving to make a difference no matter the odds. I am certain that there are only a handful of people here today will know of William Wilberforce. Wilberforce introduced legislation in the British Parliament to end the slave trade. In 1779, when he first introduced the bill, he was shouted down and laughed at. But he continued to work against the slave trade and year after year introduced legislation until finally the tide of public opinion turned and his bill passed in 1807, 28 years later. After that, he continued to argue for the end of slavery itself, not just the slave trade, which happened in the British Empire in 1833, just a few days before his death. At one point in the midst of his struggle, when the cause seemed hopeless, John Wesley sent a letter to William Wilberforce to give him encouragement. This is what Wesley said: "Unless God has raised you up for this very thing, you will be worn out by the opposition of men and devils. But if God be for you, who can be against you? Be not weary in well-doing. Go on, and go on in the name of God, in the power of his might, till even American slavery, the vilest that ever saw the sun, shall vanish before it." Wilberforce ran the race with perseverance, and it was the faith of others like John Wesley who helped him to persevere. Another note: Wilberforce University in Ohio was named after William Wilberforce. It is the oldest historically black college in the country. Wilberforce once said, "We are too young to realize that certain things are impossible, so we will do them anyway." So continue to believe in yourself, lean on those who believe in you, strive to continue to learn and grow, take risks, be resilient, see mistakes and setbacks as opportunities for growth. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. Never be too old to dream of the impossible. Lean on the faith of others. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Take the moment and make it perfect. Congratulations. We love you all. Superintendent Dr. Mishler, Mr. Board President Ty Ward, and Fairfield Community Schools Board of Directors. As principal of Fairfield High School, I now present to you the class of 2024 who have met the graduation requirements as outlined in board policy and the State Board of Education. I recommend commencing the reading of the names of the graduates for the presentation of the Fairfield High School diploma. Board President Ty Ward.
Mr. Pompezai, on behalf of the Board of Directors, I approve the recommendation for graduation. Please commence the presentation of diplomas for the class of 2024.
Ready? Hunter Jordan Abbott. Olivia Rose Atkins. Colton James Atkinson. Jackson Romaine Allen. Caden James Allison. Hannah Marie Applegate. Carlos Alberto Asencio Solis. Talon Joseph Bates. Gabriela Sofia Marie Beltramea. Melina Brooke Bloomquist. Bennett Charles Boatwright. Hunter Ray Bass. Nolan Matthew Bonar. Brandon Joseph Keith Brinkschroeder. I'm picking up a theme. John Douglas Burnett. Cade Robert Campbell. I think these might have come out of my garage. Aspen Elizabeth Carlson. Dalton James Clark. Caden David Cook. Alan David Dabo Career. Thank you, David. Richard Brock Curtis. Thanks, buddy. Nguyen Chao An Dang. Lana Nicole Davis. Jordan David DeLeon. Thank you, Jordan. Edith Marie Deers. Matthew William Dieter. Dalton Lee Drish. Tobias Harlan Elders McBride. Tristan John Elders McBride. Danny Carlos Ellinghaus. Addison Paige Farrow. Zoe Maybell Grace Fintel. Seth Robert Owen Flynn. Chloe Rain Freskin. Juliana Miles Fritz. Emmanuel Michael Fitwe. Thank you. Caitlin Dawn Greiner. Georgia Noel Ryan Haggard. Emma Lee Harris. Connor Stephen Hawkins. Thank you, sir. At least you could bring Pro V1s. Torrance Lynn Haynes. Kaylee Marie Haynes. Jamie Lee Hem. McKenna Lauren Hine. Savannah Lynn Hollander. Seth Allen Hollander. Bodie Garrett Hoskins. Thank you. Eleanor Jean Houston. Ethan Johnny Shaw. Thank you. Miles Liam Huffman. Allison Margaret Hunger. Chase Ambrose Yeager. Logan Michael Johnson. Thank you, Logan. Marvell Lamont Johnson. Hunter Allen Jones. Madeline K. Jones. Nathaniel Robert Conzel. Aiden Thomas Kruder. Serena Marie Krogmeyer. Lucy Addison Keel. Ezra Etrogren Kuster. Thank you, sir. Joseph David Lemansky. Maya Rose Lane. Dalton Dean Lang Money. Willow Ann Larson. Sharia Malik. Antonio Diego Manning. Daxon Dean McCabe. Matthew David Melvin. Genevieve Delia Messer. Thank you. Alexis Nicole Millhouse. Noah Orion Mizell. Jersey Way Money. Landon Allen Nordorf. Carter James Moore. Thank you, Carter. Emma Jo Pfeiffer. S. Kavita Poletti. Cooper Michael Polonsky. Thanks, Coop. Caitlin May Price. Emma Renee Price Burton. Blake Thomas Pumphrey. Joshua Jeremiah Ramos. Kayla Ruthie Elizabeth Rainier. Thank you. Nikita Price Rich. Ariana Diane Rogers. Dakota Lee Rogers. Carson Michael Ruby. Haley Jane Ryan. Tavin Daniel Edward Sharp. Joseph Michael Schillerstrom. Carly McKay Seeley. Cheyenne Marie Sin. Benjamin Robert Sidoris. Talon Nacombe Sisampon. Hayden Bailey Smith. Zoe Hamilton Soares. Blake Freeman Anthony Saboski. Sterling A.C. Spees. Carter Lee Stark. Thank you, sir. Ooh, tailor-made. Brianna Lynn Steele. Carter Lee Stutzman. Ellie Braxton Tedrow. Rowan Sky Terrell. Marcus Spencer Trent. Mason Robert Trump. Jorge Vasquez Ramirez. Samuel Thomas Wheaton. Thank you, Sammy. Trevor James Williams. And Madison Joe Marie Woodburn. Class of 2024, would you please stand?
Fairfield High School, class of 2024, to symbolize your now alumni status from Fairfield High School, move your tassel from right to left.
Congratulations, class of 2024.